Imagine a disgraced royal, a dead championship stallion, and a desperate plot to clone a multi-million-dollar fortune out of thin air. For years, the darkest secrets of the House of York were kept safely hidden behind heavy palace doors. But a massive financial collapse changed everything, forcing a frantic hunt for cash that led directly into the inner circles of the world's most notorious figures. Now, the vault has been busted wide open. But how did a literal duchess end up entangled in a web of global scandals, high-stakes deception, and secrets so dangerous they could threaten to bring down the entire British crown? When your bank accounts are completely draining and the palace doors are slamming shut in your face, desperation can make you do some truly terrifying things. For Sarah Ferguson, the former Duchess of York, the breaking point arrived when her elite social circle vanished overnight, leaving her facing a mountain of crippling debt. Most people in a financial crisis might sell a piece of jewelry or downsize their home, but according to sensational reports swirling through high society, the Duchess was quietly planning an absolutely mind-bending scheme to build a multi-million-dollar empire out of thin air, and the entire plot centered around a high-stakes resurrection that sounds like pure science fiction. Insiders say she became completely obsessed with a plan that defied belief, moving secretly behind the scenes. She wasn't just looking for a quick loan. Rumors indicate she was targeting a massive £75,000 payday from elite tycoons who would pay top dollar for the impossible. But to pull this off, she needed to exploit something deeply personal, a legendary family legacy that had been buried in the ground for over 2 decades. The heart of this frantic gamble was a championship polo pony named Luna, a horse once owned by her late stepfather, a legend in the competitive sports world of Argentina. Luna was long gone, but a hidden secret was waiting in a laboratory deep in Buenos Aires. Scientists had quietly preserved viable skin samples from the animal, keeping them frozen in time. Sources claim the Duchess began talking feverishly at exclusive luxury resorts, convinced she could use this genetic blueprint to launch a shadowy investment firm and sell carbon copy duplicates of the prized stallion. It was a reckless, multi-million-dollar roll of the dice, and she even brought in a close relative who specialized in genetic editing to make it a reality. For a moment, it looked like this bizarre venture might actually save her from total ruin. But just as the pieces were falling into place, a sudden wave of skepticism hit, causing the entire sci-fi empire to completely disintegrate into nothingness. Yet, as the dust settled on her failed horse empire, a far more dangerous problem was already brewing, because while the public was distracted by this eccentric scheme, a late-night encounter from her past was about to surface, and the dark details of what happened inside a private hotel suite would shock everyone. The most dangerous secrets are the ones that wait decades in the dark, only to resurface at the exact moment you are most vulnerable. Just as the public began whispering about her collapsed financial schemes, a shocking personal account threatened to completely dismantle what was left of Sarah Ferguson's public reputation. This explosive story breaks wide open through an exclusive report featuring first-hand claims from former glamour model Alicia Duval. The timeline takes us back to 2002, a chaotic period right after Sarah's split from Prince Andrew. According to Alicia, a casual night out inside the VIP section of an ultra-exclusive London nightclub quickly spiraled into a surreal encounter that left everyone involved deeply unsettled. It all started on a crowded dance floor in Mayfair, where expensive champagne was flowing freely. A wealthy businessman approached the 22-year-old model, making it clear he was attending the event specifically as a guest of the Duchess. But as the chemistry between the tycoon and Alicia began to intensify, the atmosphere in the room completely shifted. Reports suggest Sarah was watching the entire interaction unfold from a distance, her expression growing visibly uncomfortable and tense as she realized she was losing the attention of her wealthy companion. But what happened next crossed the line from a tense social misunderstanding into something far more bizarre. Instead of ending the evening, the businessman allegedly made an unexpected proposal, inviting Alicia back to a high-end boutique hotel suite where Sarah was already waiting. When the model stepped inside the room, she found the pair drinking heavily in an environment she later described as incredibly overwhelming and intense. The night took an even stranger turn when the Duchess reportedly became hyper-focused on the young woman's appearance. The flashing lights of the club were gone, replaced by whispers and hushed conversations, as the tycoon and Sarah repeatedly huddled together in the corners of the suite. Before long, Alicia found herself sitting directly on the bed, completely caught off guard by how fast the situation was escalating. Feeling deeply uneasy and sensing that something was incredibly wrong, the model fled the suite after about an hour, carrying a memory that would wait years to surface. Yet, as uncomfortable as that private hotel encounter was, it pales in comparison to the massive cloud currently gathering over the House of York, because behind palace walls, Whisper campaign experts claim Sarah is currently holding a much larger card up her sleeve, and it involves a secret deal that has the entire royal family completely terrified. Silence can be bought, but when it involves the highest levels of global controversy, the price tag becomes absolutely astronomical. Right now, a quiet financial war is being fought behind palace doors, and Sarah Ferguson may be holding the ultimate winning card. According to explosive claims from prominent royal biographers, she isn't looking to write another regular tell-all book. Instead, rumors indicate she is weaponizing what she knows about her ex-husband's highly controversial past and toxic social connections to secure her own survival. For years, the public wondered how the Duchess managed to maintain her luxury lifestyle despite constant financial disasters. The answer might lie in a highly secretive, high-stakes negotiation currently taking place in the shadows. Insiders suggest she is working behind the scenes to lock down a massive, permanent royal stipend. The terms are simple. The palace guarantees her financial protection for life, and in return, she promises never to sit down for a devastating, unfiltered television broadcast. This desperate maneuvering comes at a time when the family tree is already fracturing under intense public pressure. Fresh details have surfaced regarding erratic behavior behind closed doors, including claims of terrible treatment toward palace staff. But while her former husband remains completely cast out from public duties, these alleged financial demands are creating a massive, deep rift inside the monarchy itself. The collateral damage of this hidden conflict is falling squarely on their daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. Reports suggest the sisters are trapped in a deeply confusing, highly stressful relationship with the active royal family. They continue to use their official titles during high-profile international trips, a move that experts say sends completely the wrong signal to a critical public and infuriates senior royals. Behind the scenes, two hostile camps have formed. The king is said to feel deeply protective of his younger brother, trying to shield him from total erasure. On the other side, the Queen and the next in line to the throne are reportedly horrified by the continuous reputational damage and want the family branch completely cut off. But the palace's worst nightmare isn't just about old finances or internal arguments. A brand new chapter has just been uncovered, and it links the Duchess directly to an entirely different global entertainment scandal that has left senior royals absolutely paralyzed with fear. Some names are so completely radioactive that simply mentioning them in the same breath as the royal family can cause an immediate media meltdown. And right now, senior royals are reportedly paralyzed with fear over newly unearthed claims connecting Sarah Ferguson directly to a disgraced music mogul currently facing massive legal issues. Insiders say the palace was left absolutely aghast when this unexpected connection was thrown into the mix, threatening to drag the monarchy right back into a global spotlight for all the wrong reasons. The roots of this unsettling alliance go back much further than anyone realized. Investigative reports detail a timeline that has left palace officials deeply disturbed. The accounts allege that the Duchess and the high-profile music tycoon first crossed paths back in 2002. Shockingly, sources claim the individual who brought them together was a notorious high society figure who is currently serving a lengthy 20-year prison sentence. But it is what allegedly happened after that initial introduction that has caused absolute panic behind closed doors. Rumors indicate that by 2004, a secretive, highly private friendship developed between the Duchess and the music mogul. This wasn't just a casual passing acquaintance. It is believed that the pair maintained this hidden relationship for several years, frequently organizing meetings in ultra-luxury hotel suites that cost as much as £50,000 per night. To make matters worse, sources indicate that the music tycoon was completely obsessed with the British royal family. He reportedly used his private time to boast about his high-profile connection, bragging to his inner circle about the level of intimacy he shared with royal circles. The reports even claim that the Duchess introduced her daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, to the mogul on multiple occasions, adding an entirely new layer of discomfort to the unfolding drama. Naturally, these sensational claims have been fiercely disputed, with representatives for the Duchess dismissing the entire story as completely fabricated nonsense. But the damage to the palace was already done. The sheer volume of these emerging stories has pushed one prominent royal completely past her breaking point, and her furious reaction behind palace walls is about to change everything. There is an absolute war raging behind the palace walls right now, and the ultimate goal is completely erasing any connection to these global scandals before the monarchy collapses under the weight of the headlines. According to deeply placed sources, Queen Camilla is reportedly furious, pushed entirely past her limit by this non-stop wave of embarrassing revelations. For months, the palace genuinely believed the darkest chapters of high society controversy were finally fading into the background. Instead, they are waking up to a brand new nightmare, and the internal fallout is getting incredibly hostile. The sheer panic inside the royal offices isn't just about the stories themselves, it's the horrifying pattern that has emerged. Every single time a major global investigation breaks open, Sarah Ferguson's name somehow finds its way right back into the center of the storm. Insiders say senior royals are utterly appalled. Hearing her name mentioned in the exact same breath as these disgraced public figures has shattered the peace inside the family, causing palace officials to view her as an unexploded public relations disaster waiting to detonate. To make matters worse, the timeline of these allegations has exposed a massive, deep division regarding how to handle the situation. Reports suggest that while the headlines exploded online, the reputational damage was instant and impossible to reverse. Representatives for the Duchess have fiercely fired back, calling the claims utterly ridiculous gossip and completely fabricated nonsense. But behind closed doors, the argument is no longer about whether the rumors are true, it is about immediate survival. This sudden explosion of bad press has forced a massive shift in the royal strategy. Queen Camilla, Prince William, and Catherine, Princess of Wales, are reportedly unified in a strict, unyielding stance. They want a permanent, total separation from the entire House of York, desperate to shield the future of the crown from this toxic cloud of controversy. Meanwhile, King Charles is caught directly in the middle, still feeling deeply protective of his family, but facing an avalanche of public pressure that refuses to go away. The curtain is finally being pulled back, and the ultimate cost of keeping these dark secrets hidden is about to be realized. From bizarre laboratory cloning plots to luxury hotel room rendezvous and shadow financial wars, the desperate race for cash has completely fractured what was left of the House of York. For decades, the towering palace walls successfully shielded these deep structural scandals from the public eye. But today, the world is watching in real time, and the British monarchy is facing a definitive turning point where remaining silent is no longer an option. The choices made behind closed doors in the coming months will permanently reshape the very future of the crown, leaving us all to wonder what other shocking revelations are still buried deep within the royal vaults. We want to hear from you. Do you think the palace can truly survive this latest wave of global controversy? Or is the reputational damage already too deep to repair? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. If you found this deep dive captivating, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, share it with a friend, and hit that subscribe button to join our community for more untold histories and exclusive breakdowns. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you right here in the next chapter.